Rob, let's stick with the NBA, which we've been talking about, obviously, most of the show. And Adam Silver, the commissioner, was on the Dan Patrick show this morning. And Dan Patrick asked him about this report, I guess, if you want to call it that, from the Breakfast Club, hip-hop morning show, that Ja Morant's camp is saying that the gun that he was, had on IG was fake. Here's what Adam Silver had to say.
Is the Ja Morant investigation over? We're just waiting for the finals to be over to announce the decision?
The latter. We are waiting for the finals to be over. I'm aware, of course, of these reports on social media about, whether the gun was in fact a gun. And so we haven't completely wrapped it up.
Does that matter, Commissioner, if that's a toy gun?
It's interesting. It's the very issue is for Ja, certainly in the first incident, was treating a gun as a toy. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And that's what I think the danger is to society, taking a gun, live streaming it, without getting into gun issues in terms of the propriety of owning guns and the use of guns. I think everyone agrees that gun safety is critically important and that guns aren't toys. So it's something that I'm thinking a lot about because, again, I'm not going to get into the specifics of the investigation, but in fact, if you are live streaming something that to the world looks exactly like a gun and in a frankly reckless manner, should it matter?
He didn't really definitively answer, I don't think, what he would do. Would it matter if the gun was fake? I don't think it was. Like I said, there was a report from Claudia Jordan, a reality TV star who's on the Breakfast Club, saying that somebody in Ja's camp or people from his camp, whatever that means, right? We don't know how close they are to Ja. Are they still in good standing with Ja? Because the reports are that he stopped following his best friend, Devontae Pack, on social media. So who knows what all that means. But she said that they're saying it was fake. I don't believe it. I don't think you believe it.
Not for 1 minute.
Right.
Because his reaction, Chris, of what transpired, if it was, would have been totally different.
Right. He apologized.
What are you apologizing for? Right. I mean, come on. That's why that whole thing doesn't make any sense to me. That's just
no. I agree. I mean, I guess it's a possibility. I guess, but I don't believe it for a minute. But if, as Adam Silver entertained the question, if it indeed is a toy, then I'm sorry, Rob. It is stupid what he did. It is ridiculous what he did, knowing what he had just, done a few months earlier, knowing that his Nike contract might be on the line, knowing that his, NBA, he could get suspended for a healthy number of games and lose all that money because it's suspension without pay, knowing his image was at stake. It would be stupid as all get out. But if that indeed is a toy that any little 10-year-old boy might play with, then I'm sorry. You can't suspend him. You cannot. I'm sorry. How much control is the NBA supposed to have over you if you can't play with a toy? So, again, I don't think this will even come into play because I don't think it was a toy.
I totally disagree with you. I totally disagree.
A toy?
Yeah, I totally disagree given what had already transpired. And it's about, what Adam Silver talked about displaying it, acting, and people watching don't know it's a toy. And then the whole premise of he already went through this with a gun. Why would you do that? That shows terrible judgment. And
agreed.
Just terrible judgment. And I think you need to make it clear to him that this is not what we want for the image of the NBA, be it a toy or a real gun or whatever it is, that our players are out brandishing guns in public. So I'm not saying that it would be, all right, Chris, I disagree. I just think that given, this is not like he was at a birthday party with 4-year-olds and had a gun and somebody took a picture and that was it. He's in a car with his friends, like showing it. I don't believe it was a toy,
Well, I
and
agree
B,
with
his
that,
intent is not that he was playing. That's what I'm. What is
He
the
wasn't
intent of
playing?
that?
What
No.
was his intent?
His
He
intent
looked
to
like
show
he was playing.
well, he was a thug or thugged out or whatever. To look at me, I got a gun. Look at me, I'm the man. I'm just saying, if I'm the league, and remember, this is not about the law of the land, Chris. By that
But
definition,
I didn't
you're
even
right.
bring up the law of the
No,
land.
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
actually,
that-
you can. It depends on the state. It depends on the context. You can be arrested in some places
If you pull out
have
a toy gun
if you
on a
act
cop,
like it's
you
a real
could.
gun.
Right,
Right.
you
if
rob
act
a
like it's real
store.
gun.
You rob a store with a toy gun.
Rob, but what if, Jay-Z was an owner of a team at one point. He rapped about things like that. He rapped about how he used to sell drugs to people. How you going to the ownership? We talked about this with the NFL. Owners are supposed to be held to a higher standard than players.
They took away an owner's team for saying don't bring black people to the games. Chris.
Well, I don't. That's not even got anything to do with this.
No, but I'm talking about. No, but I'm giving you.
We're talking about guns.
Wait a minute, but I'm telling you about. You're
Why
talking
you
about.
switch answer the Jay-Z issue?
I don't know why he was.
An owner can rap about violence like that.
Yes, because
and
that's
selling drugs.
yes.
But a player can't.
Yes, because the difference.
Why?
I'm going to give you the difference. I thought David Stern was wrong what he did to Allen Iverson. That's a creative license when you're doing music
Well,
and you're
that's
doing
your
movies.
opinion.
That is my opinion.
Yeah, a lot
what
of
else am
people
I
don't
giving
believe.
you?
A lot
I'm
of
giving
people
you
don't
somebody else's
believe
opinion
in that creative license that you're talking about.
I do. I believe in that when it comes to.
Well, you're not consistent then.
What do you
think
mean?
It's all right with quote unquote art, but it's not all right. He's not. Again, we don't believe it was a fake gun. We're speaking hypothetically. I'm just saying, if he's playing with a toy, I'm sorry. He could sue the NBA, and I bet you he would win.
He would
you
not.
Gonna cost him millions of dollars.
He could not win.
Really? Why
No.
not?
Because he signed a CBA, which
To say I can't play with toys?
which gives the commissioner and the governing body a right to put out a verdict on his behavior. That's what you sign up for, Chris. You can't go.
That's fine.
That's
If
a
your
part of the
behavior-
CBA.
If your behavior
It's a part of
is heinous,
CBA.
playing with a toy is not heinous. It's not.
I
and I bet you the Players
disagree with you.
Association would even defend him.
Well, that's their job. They defend everybody.
Well, they not defending him if it was a real gun. To a certain degree, you know what I mean? But they agree he should be punished if it's a real gun.
If it's a real gun and the commissioner
he should be punished,
and the
and
commissioner,
that's what they're saying.
and then the commissioner gives him a half a season or 3/4 of a season, the union's going to jump in and say that's too harsh. So they will defend him.
I think it's going to be like, I think the Players Association has something to, has been kept abreast of what's going on with the league and what this verdict may be, or this, this punishment or whatever.
Well, Silver says he knows the verdict is already in. So
yeah, but then he said when he was, then he said, well, when Patrick brought up the fake gun, he said, yeah, that's something I'm thinking a lot about, and I'm, it seemed a tad bit vague at that point. So is Rob G saying something?
I just
Rob G. I thought he was saying something.
Yeah, no. The only thing, Chris, is his actions to start just don't lend me to that. Like I get it. Somebody in this camp, they put that in there to
I agree.
to bloody the water, to try to get people to go, see, it wasn't even a real gun. What are they doing? Like that's exactly what it is. There's no way in the world I would issue an apology or gone the stuff that Ja went through when it first came out. If that was really a toy, that would have been your first response.
I agree with you 100%. In that apology, and I read it yesterday on the air on First Things First, and he obviously mentioned nothing about a toy gun.
Come on, right.
That would be first and foremost. So I'm totally with you on that. We're just speaking hypothetically. And it would still be stupid, and it actually, Rob, would make you, we're already questioning where he's at mentally, right? But if it's a toy gun and you understand the situation that you were in, it will really make you question where this guy's head is at. Like, is something really wrong with him? That said, I don't think it'd be worthy of a suspension if it's a toy.
All right, let's get some people in. Let's get
that any kid could be playing
I would love
with.
to hear where people are in this. Because
All
Chris,
right.
let's just get a couple extra callers in with the time. Me and you both gave our passionate sides. I'd love to hear what people think. Let's go with Marcus in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm coming this summer. Marcus, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm in total agreement with Mr. Parker here. Mr. Broussard, by your logic, previous punished behavior means nothing. I mean, after all this is over and he's just say he's innocent, I mean, he could do it again and just say, hey, it's a fake gun. He can do it forever and forever.
Well, if it is a fake gun, it's different from what he did the first time. The first time was a real gun.
I understand.
I mean, we assume.
Say that. He can just say that.
We agree. I mean, it has to be. And again, the question is, how do you prove it, too?
That's my point.
But we
So
agree
he can't
that
prove
if
so he'll say forever and ever. It's
no,
a fake gun.
but you're
It's a fake
arguing
gun.
something
It's a fake
different.
gun.
I'm saying
I'm not
if
arguing.
it's,
I'm just giving.
hold on, you're on my show. Let me talk if I want to talk. If I'm saying if it is a fake gun, not if he says it's a fake gun, because I agree, they gotta be able to prove it's a fake gun. So, I mean, if you want to, let's say it's proven it's a fake gun, you still the same place?
Okay, but I still wouldn't do it. I say, hey, you should learn from your mistakes, your previous mistakes. If you got in trouble for that the first time, you should not emulate that the second, third, fourth, or fifth time. Anybody, not just him. I mean, if you make a mistake, don't emulate doing it again.
Okay,
do
Marcus.
it
I
again.
love you guys' show, man.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you. Let's go to Frank in Sarasota, Sarasota, Florida. I'm sorry. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Frank?
Chris, you really believe this man should not be suspended if it was a fake gun?
Yeah.
If it was
I
proven
just
to be a
spent
fake
5
gun?
minutes saying that.
Chris, dude, oh my God, listen, he should be suspended more if it was a fake gun. Because we just went through this. With the
No,
gun.
you
There's
didn't
no
just go
reason
through this.
to be
It was a real
brandishing-
gun the first time.
Yeah, does it? What are the kids?
It doesn't matter?
Kids don't know that. The kids watching his IG don't know that.
Hold on.
They think
Okay,
it's somebody
okay.
flex.
Are the kids watching his IG listening to rap music? Where you think
course
Ja
they
even
are.
got? Hold on. Where you think Ja even got the idea that he wants to be a super gangster? From hip hop
rap
music
music.
that's played in NBA arenas.
We
So
know
now you
this,
just gonna
Chris.
zero in on him?
Listen, Chris, the rap hip hop doesn't have a governing body like the
Thank
NBA
you that
does
you sign
to
up
say-
for. That you sign
know
up
what
for.
I'm saying?
You don't
That's
sign
in a
up to
sleep-
say
in
I
a
won't play with
CBA.
toys.
That's what you don't sign.
You don't
Chris.
sign up to say I
You're
won't
not,
play with
no,
toys.
but what you're not being honest with is
I'm being honest. Don't
no.
accuse me of not being
I'm
honest.
talking about when you sign a CBA and you sign up to play in this league, they get to dictate what you can and can't do. They do. They do, whether you
What
like
if
it or
they're
not.
wrong? What if they don't like your hairstyle? Black people have had to deal with that in the past too.
David Stern made them stop wearing clothes that black people felt comfortable in because he said he wanted them to wear suits and look like millionaires.
Well,
Remember
if the players had stood up and said we ain't doing it, what would he have done?
They did it, is my point.
Yeah, they did it. That's fine. But I'm saying if they really had pressed the issue, they wouldn't have to do it. And now they don't. They wearing whatever the heck they want again.
Here you go. Ralph in Queens. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Ralph?
Hey, how you doing, Odd Couple? You have a great show.
Thank you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Where are you in Queens? You know that's a big place. Come on, give us a town.
Yeah, Forest Hills.
Okay, great.
Queens Boulevard.
You know that. That's why I worked at the Queens Center Mall. Go ahead.
Yeah, listen, guys.
Go ahead.
Did he click himself off?
What a way to get us on our edge of
think
the
he-
seat there.
Oh,
He's
man.
like, listen, guys. Yeah, he clicked
Ralph,
off.
you click yourself off.
All right, go ahead. Move on.
Anthony in Houston, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, fellas? Before I start, man, what an awesome show, bro. And I just have to say, man, I appreciate both of you guys' careers, bring a lot to the table. So I thank you guys for that.
Thank you.
But Chris, come on, bro. I'll tell you something. I love you, bro, but what are we talking about? Chris, let me ask you this question. if you rob a bank with a fake gun, is it still a robbery?
Yes,
He
it
didn't
is.
rob a bank. He was
Is
in
that
a
not-
car.
But you making it. But you
It's
gotta make a
different. You
point
know,
that
those
he
are
should be
two.
suspended.
Those are inequivalents. Yo,
No,
of
they
course,
not.
if he goes,
No, they
yeah,
not.
they are. If
Yeah,
he
what's gonna
goes
be-
in and commits a crime with a fake gun, that's a lot
he
different
broke
than riding in a car with one.
He broke a rule. He broke a rule, though, Chris. So it's still the same.
The rule isn't fake guns. The rule is real guns.
Prove that it's not a fake gun. Prove that it's
Well,
not. And
no,
here's the
that's
thing.
a whole different story. That's a whole different
Okay,
argument. That's a whole
Chris,
different
Chris,
argument.
Listen, if it was a toy gun, Chris, you know what he should have done? He should have been on a toy horse, a rocking horse, with a cowboy hat on, singing yeehaw. And I'll hang up and listen.
Well, Rob, we're saying we don't believe it's fake, but we're saying we're acting as if it is, and they could prove it was fake. People keep, all right, we don't believe it was fake. We're just saying if it is.
Grant in Tennessee, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Grant?
Hey, man, great show, guys. I listen to you every night.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Grant.
brother. Thank
Appreciate it. We do.
Man, Chris, you way off base on this, buddy. If let's say it is a fake gun, how do we know? He's telling us.
No, we're right. We don't know that's for sure. But
We don't know. But if let's say you get robbed with a fake gun, you're going to react. If somebody sticks a fake gun in your face, you're going
Of
to react.
course,
because
he
you can't
didn't
tell
do
the-
any of that.
I
He didn't do
realize-
any of that.
But the only way we're going to know it's a fake is he tells us. Apparently, we can't tell the difference.
What if he was playing? What if he was at his house playing with a fake gun and his friend put him on Instagram Live against his knowledge? We would have the same reaction like, oh, here's Ja playing with guns again.
You're right,
I mean, that's the same thing.
You're exactly right because of the circumstances. But what if somebody pointed one in your face and told him to give you your wallet? You couldn't tell the difference. I mean,
Yeah.
You guys are taking it to a higher. Of course,
Thanks,
if
Grant,
he
for the
went
call.
out and committed a crime, that's a whole different story. Fake gun or not, yes, you could be arrested.
All I'm
We
gonna
said that during the discussion.
that was a whitewash there. That was 6-0.
Oh, that's fine. Everybody can be wrong.
No, that's
all
all right.
I stand on my spot,
I'm
baby.
just saying, you can stand on your spot, and you know what? And everybody else can be.
I differ
we're
with
right.
a lot of people.
That's fine.
On a lot of issues, and
That's
I
fine.
ain't backing up on none
That's
of them.
fine. And you know what? Sometimes you have to admit when you're wrong, and in this
I'm
case,
not wrong.
You're wrong.
And you never admit you're wrong.
Yes, I have
You
admitted
ain't
I'm
even
wrong.
admitting you're wrong on Tom
Where
Brady.
is-
so
where is
don't
it?
get on your high horse.
And
All right,
and we're
we got
playing rap
Antonio
music,
Daniels
and I'm
around
brandishing
the
my
court.
fake gun in the radio studio. Where's Scott Shapiro? Look,